Hey everyone, we're the Evergreens, and today we're exploring Washington, D.C.
We were actually here last week with our pugs for a day because the cherry blossoms peaked early because of some warm weather. But we had already planned to come today to make a video for you, so we decided to keep our plans and come back, and we're gonna just explore some more and hopefully still see some cherry blossoms.
Let's check it out. So we just came across the Washington Monument. When it was built and completed in 1884, it stood as the world's tallest structure, but it was soon passed by the Eiffel Tower and obviously a few other buildings, but it still stands as Washington, D.C.'s tallest structure.
So you'll notice when looking at the Washington Monument, it's actually two different colors, and that's because during construction, money dried up, and by the time they were able to resume the construction, they couldn't get the previous color of stone that they used. So it's two different colors, but it makes it a little bit unique, I think.
So apparently the thing to do at the Washington Monument is lay flat against it, stick your feet up in the air and take a picture. We keep seeing people do it, so we figure, what the heck, let's try it out.
Yeah, I'm kind of dizzy, actually. It's like, I feel like I'm on a roller coaster.
It feels kind of nauseating down here.
So if you look closely at Lincoln's second inaugural address in the Lincoln Memorial, one of the engravers accidentally carved an E instead of an F in the word future. They were able to fix it mostly, so you can't really see it.
At the Lincoln Memorial, 18 steps from the top, is where Martin Luther King Jr. gave his I Have a Dream speech back in 1963. Alright, so we made it to the National Mall. We grabbed our food from one of the many food trucks parked along the road, and it's a beautiful view here. We have the Washington Monument behind Laurel and the Capitol building behind me. What the National Mall is it's a giant loop around this area, and there's a number of museums from the Smithsonian Institution here. There's art galleries, cultural institutions, statues, monuments, some cool stuff, and our bike rental, so we're gonna do that after we eat.
That is a good falafel. It's obviously very plain, like it's just lettuce, tomato,
Tzatziki sauce.
but the falafel is so good. It's really crunchy on the outside. Ooh, I got a bonus lamb.
That goes in mine.
Nope,
Stick that
I'm
in
gonna
there.
keep it.
I think I got the mixture of lamb and chicken on the rice. Should I try a bite of both together, or is that, I don't know.
Go for it.
Mmm.
How does it
Very
rank on the food
flavorful.
truck scale?
Oh, it's up there. It's about like a 8 or 9. It's pretty good. Really fresh. Going to get our scooter.
We got this app. It's called Spin. It's the scooter app. And I'm pretty sure you can just There's not stations for them like there are for the bike stations, but I'm pretty sure people just leave them wherever and the
So random.
app tracks them.
We found it. We don't know how to ride it, but we found it. Oh, here we go.
The power to it.
Hey, can I jump on there with
See
you?
how fast we're going. You wanna see how
Oh,
fast
yeah.
we can get this baby to go?
Burn rubber. We're back at our hotel. We actually scooted the whole way back. I think it was supposed to be about a 50-minute walk, and on the scooter it took us about like 25 minutes, but
Yeah.
we rode one scooter together and we actually got pretty good at it by the end of it. Laurel was holding on good.
Pros now.
I think so. I was like maneuvering turns.
We
and
got
like,
some laughs out of people on the
Oh,
street
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
The only thing, it did end up costing about $27 for just an hour and a half, so it's not that cheap. I guess if you were to get an Uber, you'd be spending close to that.
Yeah, but this was fun, and you know, especially during COVID, we're not really ready to jump in a taxi or an Uber right now, so we were able to maneuver the city really fast and efficiently, and you know, we shared a scooter, so at least we didn't get two scooters for
gosh,
like
yeah.
$60, you know, but it was fun. So yeah, we're just enjoying some beer, and I just got like an IPA, but Laurel got something kind of fancy. You want to show them?
I think it's from a brewery in Arlington, Virginia. I read about it and I wanted to try it, so I was really excited that they had it here. It is a cherry ale that they release every year around the Cherry Blossom Festival. I'm hoping it's pink, but I don't know. Let's see.
Fingers crossed. Oh yeah, it has a pink
pretty.
hue to it. All right, guys, so we're gonna get some sleep, I think, after this. We have to wake up at 5 a.m. because we're going to go down to the Tidal Basin and check out the rest of the cherry blossoms. It's kind of like at the end of their peak, but we figured we would go for a sunrise and walk around. It's about a 2-mile loop, so we'll take you along and show you some sights. And we have a lot of fun things packed into tomorrow, so we're excited.
Yeah.
All right, good night.
Good night.
Good morning from the Tidal Basin. So right now we're actually in front of the Thomas Jefferson Memorial, and this memorial was built in 1943. It's a beautiful neoclassical building, and by 1947 they added a statue of the third president of the United States to just kind of enhance the monument, and it's a really nice location for it along the Tidal Basin. We're gonna give you guys a little tour and show you what's left of the cherry blossom trees. A lot of the blooms are on the ground already and some of the green is popping out, but it's still beautiful nonetheless. There's a lot of pink around us, and with the sunrise, it was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It was at full bloom last week when we were here, and it's been about 10 days since then, and they say the peak bloom usually lasts 7 to 10 days. So.
Yeah, so it's a very short window, but
we're a little bit lucky that we get to still see them too.
Yeah, we saw it twice, so we saw it at 2 different phases, which is awesome.
Well, the Jefferson Memorial caused quite a stir at the time that it was built. The cherry blossoms were already in DC for about 30 years at that point, and they were very beloved. They were cherished by all of the people here, and in order to build the memorial, they were going to have to chop down at least 100 of the trees, or I think hundreds of the trees. So people were upset, and a group of badass women actually marched down here and chained themselves to the trees.
And they said, we're not leaving here until you promise us that you're not going to chop these trees down. So FDR was president at the time, and he actually promised the women that he would replant all the trees, and they replanted all hundreds of the trees, or whatever, however many. And so thanks to those women, those trees still stand today, or at least we think they do. I don't know. Did they survive?
They stood longer.
They stood longer than they would have.
So this little guy right here is called the little cherry blossom tree that could, or the Charlie Brown tree. This area was having a lot of flooding from the Tidal Basin, so they had to relocate most of the trees, but this one was left standing and it still blooms every year.
So you may be wondering why there are so many cherry blossom trees planted in Washington, DC, and we could accredit that to one woman. Her name was Eliza Skidmore, and she was kind of a woman ahead of her time. She was a world traveler, a geographer, but she traveled to Japan and she saw how beautiful these cherry blossom trees were and thought that they would make a great addition to our nation's capital. So she fought and fought for about 25 years, but they were gifted to us by the mayor of Tokyo in 1912 to kind of symbolize the friendship of our two nations. So each year when these trees bloom, we have that beautiful reminder. Locked up this bad boy. We're about to head over to Union Market back here and grab some lunch.
How perfect is this?
This is amazing, guys. This is like, this rooftop garden is perfect. We have the place pretty much to ourselves. The weather couldn't get better. I mean, we're early April and it's like 70 degrees. I'm about to take off my jacket here.
We're on the rooftop of Union Market, and we stopped at 2 Asian stalls to try 2 different ones. There's pretty much every kind of food you could think of. So we went with some bao buns from Bunned Up. They look incredible. Oh my gosh. It is the perfect amount of spice. The meat is so tender. There's fresh scallions. The sauce is so good. Yeah, this is like top-notch Korean beef right here.
So I'm gonna try the mushroom. I think there's a lot of microgreens on here. This looks really fresh. Oh man. I don't know what kind of mushrooms they are, but man, it's good. It's good stuff. You might have to get your own. All right, gotta try the fried shrimp. There's a sweet chili aioli on it. The shrimp are nicely breaded and Only one thing can make this better. IPA.
So we made it back to our hotel in time for checkout, and we stopped at Astro Donuts on the way. They're famous for their cherry blossom donuts they make every year around the Cherry Blossom Festival. And this baby survived my bike ride here, which is kind of impressive. I think we lost,
look at that.
We lost one little cherry blossom over here, but it's
okay.
looking good.
It's good.
It's a good donut. I didn't get the filling yet.
Oh, you need a bigger bite. Let me try it out.
You're gonna get the first bite of filling.
I'm not even a big fan of cherry things, but Do you want it back?
Yes, please.
Alright guys, so we just wrapped up another really fun day in BC, and we ended up biking all around the city today, but it was awesome because we saw so much more than we would have if we went by foot.
It was a really fun day, and I think we're gonna grab some coffee, hit the road, head on home.
So I believe the next time we see you guys, we'll be up in the New England territory, and that's coming soon. So if you like what you saw in this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button.
And don't forget to turn on your notifications so you don't miss our next video.
We'll see you guys soon.
See you.